Hello, my college football friends out there. Welcome to the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel show. I am Buckeye Vinny. Let's get this video started, my friends. In case you haven't heard, the latest brawl that took place this past Saturday night between the Michigan Wolverines and crosstown rival neighbors, Michigan State Spartans. Now, we all know Michigan went on to beat the Spartans 29-7. But it was the fireworks that happened after the game that got all the attention. This is what I'm talking about. So after the game, they are exiting the field to go into the tunnel to go to their locker rooms. As I'm watching this video, 10 of the Spartans football players attacking the one Wolverine player. I don't know what was said. I wasn't at the game. I wasn't in the tunnel. I don't know. I just know this, that Coach Mel Tucker, the head coach for the Spartans, suspended 4 of his players, and Harbaugh is expecting criminal charges against these 4 players. Now, I'm going to rewind something back. Let's rewind back a year ago to 2021, where our Buckeyes went into Ann Arbor. It didn't go as we expected, Buckeye Nation. We lost that game 42-27, but at halftime, and I remember this, at halftime when both teams were exiting the field to go into the same tunnel, a lot of smack talk was going on, some pushing, some shoving. Now let's fast forward to 2 weeks ago when the Penn State Nittany Lions came to Ann Arbor. And at halftime, both teams exiting the field to get to this same tunnel, more jawing going on, pushing and shoving, finger pointing, what have you. And again, just last Saturday, what I just mentioned. Now, when I was witnessing these 10 players attacking the one Wolverine player, number one, I'm shaking my head, thinking totally unacceptable. Number two, I'm shaking my head saying, what a disgrace to college football. We are talking about student athletes, and let's get this straight first. Student should come first. That should be representing their school and, more important, representing themselves. And they want to look like a bunch of thugs attacking on the one player. Now, before I go on, Coach Harbaugh is not innocent in all of this either. Let me get this straight. Now, the one coach I'm about to mention, who I have a lot of respect for as a person and a coach, is the Penn State Nittany Lions head coach, James Franklin. James Franklin already stated, quote, "We're not the first team to get into a jawing match with the Wolverines in the tunnel, and we won't be the last." And I totally agree with that. Also, what Coach Franklin stated was that something bad is going to happen unless the Big Ten regulates the Michigan Stadium tunnel access. You know, Coach Franklin is not only a good coach, but he must be a mind reader. He said this 2 weeks ago, and this attack happened just last week. You know, we have a coach here that's seeing the potential hazard in this tunnel. And number one, my big question is, where was security? Okay? Where was security? Where were assistant coaches? Where's the police? What's going on here? The biggest stadium, the big house, that sits the most in college football, where's the security? They don't know that there's an issue? Come on. My friends out there, you don't see a pattern here? 2021 in Ann Arbor, Buckeyes, Michigan, got into it. 2 weeks ago, Penn State in Ann Arbor, they get into it. And just last week, the Spartans in Ann Arbor, and they get into it with the Wolverines. A pattern here, maybe? I would say yes. I would say yes, big time. So, as Coach Franklin is expressing his concern about this tunnel, the best thing that Coach Harbaugh comes back and says, which this is why I say Harbaugh was not innocent in this, is that now he's accusing Franklin of whining. How do you like that? Instead of being the adult here and saying, Coach, I get it, we need to fix this problem. You know what? It's making Harbaugh look bad because it's happening every time. In Ann Arbor, in this same tunnel. Is the Michigan Wolverines and the coach the sandbox bully? My sandbox? My home stadium? We can do whatever we want? Is that what's going on? Could be. So again, let me clarify this one more time. Harbaugh accuses Franklin of whining. Whining. Let's talk about Harbaugh. This is the same Harbaugh that we all remember in 2020. Harbaugh canceled the biggest game of the year, the biggest rivalry in college football. He canceled. He canceled. They should have been traveling to the shoe, and Harbaugh canceled. He knew he was going to get it handed to him badly. So he decided to cancel because 7 or 8 players came down with a flu bug. Well, don't you have at least 75 on the team? What happened to the old college football coaches like, let's throw out Bo Schembechler, Woody Hayes? They would have never canceled. They would have brought the team that they had and they would have played that game. But no. The same person that accuses Coach Franklin of whining is the same one that pussied out of the game in 2020. Remember that? Remember the great 2020 year? That we couldn't go nowhere, couldn't do nothing, lock us down? Yes, that year. Harbaugh knew that it was going to get handed to him bad. Coach Ryan Day said, if we could put 100 points on the board against you, Harbaugh, in 2020, we're going to do it. And Coach Ryan Day was serious. Harbaugh had no confidence in his team that year. They had a horrible year. They won 2, lost 4. And let's not forget the reason why Harbaugh canceled. Because at the time, in that crazy 2020 year, you needed so many games played to qualify for the playoffs. And by the Buckeyes not playing that game against Michigan, they would have been 1 game short to qualify for the playoffs. Now, we all know 2020 the Buckeyes went to play for the national championship. That game did not go our way. But nonetheless, Coach Day got us to the big dance. Unfortunately, Bama knocked us off. But nonetheless, we still made it to the national championship game. No thanks to Coach Harbaugh. It took smarter minds in the Big Ten to say, we're putting the Buckeyes in. Because they knew what this slimeball Harbaugh was trying to do to the Buckeyes. So again, this is the same guy that criticizes Coach James Franklin, a classy person and a classy coach, and saying he's whining when he couldn't bring his team to the shoe in 2020. See where I'm going with this? You know, my friends, in all honesty, when I seen this thuggish act and just this jawing back and forth and this attacking, and it's uncalled for. I'm sorry, it is uncalled for. But is anyone doing anything about it? Coach Franklin wanted to. Oh, but he's called a whiner by the famous Jim Harbaugh. Stop and think about this video long and hard, my friends. If you are new to my channel, please, by all means, click on the subscribe button. It is free to do so. If you like this video, which I hope you do, click on the like button. And like always, please comment down below. I truly want to read what you feel about what I just got done talking about. Brawling in the big house. Like always, my friends, peace out. God bless to everybody. Buckeye Vinny's out of here.